Hey, good. How are you?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think anything's coming through the stream. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, it's you. You're not coming through. Yeah.
I think that's probably like our worst case scenario.
There we go. Voice mod is being stupid, but now we're better. Now we're much better. Um, that should
Yay.
have fixed literally everything. God bless. I hate. I hate that. I'm also gonna turn myself down so I'm not like clipping super hard. Thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. Literally, I set up another monitor and it decided that the monitor was going to be the input device, which makes no sense. Thank you, VoiceMod. I don't know what. It's very weird. Yeah, basically, people were making. We faced this. About just to recap for viewers, we faced a creature called a B-Rock that falls in like the bug category. Not it's not an insect. It's like a corrupted creature that's like its code is manipulated and stretched and deformed and it's aberrational. So it was a rock, like the traditional ROC giant bird, that got corrupted into basically a biblically accurate bear. And so yeah, that was the fight. Um, it on a boat. You definitely would have wanted a bigger boat for that, but you had a little fish and tug. It's all fine, trawler. And now you've escaped it with the help of a mod given by now. Oh, right, because Tara's streaming. That's right. Yes, she's getting the her thing set up. Yes, for art. As soon as that shows up. But yes, that was that is a thing. The boat had rocket engines that just like trying to jump to hyperspace, they had to do some mechanical work, which is repeatedly beating the shit out of it with a wrench. That was the captain working on that, trying to fix that for a couple of rounds. And yeah, let me see if I can get this. I know Tara's trying to share her screen, so I'm trying to make sure that gets pulled up. Mm-hmm. I can get them. Uh, it may be, but it's more. Let's break more like I don't know why it's not showing your art, which is interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Guess we'll figure that out. Um, Customize. Let me go real quick and make sure that it is allowing uh, you to show. Should be. Oh, I went. Browser sources. You are screen sharing, right, Tara? Hello, Tara. All right, she's got it. Well, while Tara figures this out, yes, odds are Twitch broke it. That is very true. Well, while Tara figured that out, we will continue. So the boat is now safely rocketed itself away from the B rock and is now in not friendly waters, but safer-ish waters. You are outside of the laser storm, and the glassbergs have surprisingly diminished. In fact, you're kind of running into, as you head further north and east, you're running into a mix of glassbergs and actual factual icebergs. As you notice, the temperatures have not plummeted, but significantly dropped as opposed to the warmer climes that were on the south, that were on like the west and southwest of the peninsula. But it is a wonderful day. You haven't run into any further patrols from the Iosian Netocratic state of drones. They haven't sent any other little quadcopters to for any follow-up questions. You seem to have, I don't know, convinced them that they don't need to talk to you anymore, and they have not. You haven't seen any drones in this area. It is a sort of more clear day on the water, so you have had to kind of bundle up a little bit. Which the professor did bring a significant amount of like warm weather gear for folks to wear. So easily sort of like fight off the cold if you didn't bring like a nice jacket along, or didn't have one with you, or don't have any magic to sort of combat that cold. How would you all like to spend your day? Is anyone you would like to talk to? Any further questions? I know we had some. No, we had a couple of scenes yesterday, or yesterday in terms of like in-game time. But did anyone think of any follow-up questions for the professor, or anything they had wanted to ask the captain or each other in the downtime we've had since last session?
I don't have anything. I need to kind of come back. I need to come back to the world.
I just have I have a general question, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. General questions are always welcome.
Yeah. Okay, radical. I'm just because I know we got the shit kicked out of us last time.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get a rest in at all?
I feel like you could at least have gotten a short rest in.
Okay.
In that amount of time, because this is still, it's still a very early morning. You could definitely, what you were safe. I feel like you could have gotten a short rest in. You haven't taken the time to get a full rest because there are a bunch of things that, like there was damage assessment of the ship. They're resetting basically the Hollow Beast electronet trying to recover some of the lost energy that was spent being discharged onto the B-Rock in order to convince it to not mess with you anymore. There was also, there's still Glassbergs are still a problem, so there is still the sort of like rotational shifts that you have to take in making sure you don't collide with anything that is going to really mess the code breaker up. But you can, in shifts, I feel like, take a long rest. It is up to you who and how and who does what.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That was just like, I just wanted to ask for like game mechanics sake. So I am going to I'm just gonna roll some short rest dice, if that's okay.
That's totally fine.
Okay. Because I got all the way down to 9.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
got
do the
4.
same because
What dice is that? What are my hit
also keep in
die?
mind, until you have a long rest, there is your accumulated failures towards any corruption saving throws still remain.
Yes.
I think that Doyle's gonna take a long rest then, because I am literally at 1 hit point. I almost died last session, so
fair. Yeah, of course.
Doyle's gonna nap while you guys do the work.
And then another game mechanics question, Adam, because again, I can't remember. When you roll your short rest dice, do you also add your Constitution modifier, or is it just the short rest dice? Your hit dice.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I can't remember. I can't remember core D&D rules because I don't know the last time I've had to roll hit dice.
Right. That's a good question.
As a short rest.
want to say I want to say no, only because then that leads into, are you adding your Constitution for every die roll, or
Gotcha.
But let me look that up while people are doing rolls, just so I don't get that wrong, because that's an easy enough to look up.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, take your time.
So I am short resting. I got 22 HP back because I was at 4. So that puts me at 26. So, okay, I'm only down 10 right now, so that's fine from my max.
I can do something chaotic while everyone's resting.
Ooh,
oh Jesus!
We love that.
I whip out. How big is the boat?
It's about I would say it's about 100 feet long.
Okay, I go like to remote corner of the boat, in the back maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at all the icebergs, and I whip out. Can I take screenshots on the Nokia phone?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you can.
I whip out the Nokia phone.
In fresh 360p, baby. Let's go. 480p.
I'll aim it at an iceberg, like an actual iceberg. Take a little picture. And I go to the number in the phone that I've been using. And I text a picture of the iceberg. And I said, "It's really cold in here. Can you make it warm?"
What?
Cold out here. Can you make it warm? That's what I say.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You text that. It. You do send that.
Mhm.
There's an error
Oh shit.
on the device.
Uh-oh. No signal?
You, as you look through, we're gonna say this has like a pretty, even though it's a Nokia phone, a pretty elaborate like settings menu. Yeah, you don't see a setting, not setting. You don't see a signal. You see potential uh, networks that you can hop into. Um, but they're all listed um, as belonging to the Iosian Netocratic state,
Oh
um,
shit.
and they're all titled. You know that they belong to the Iosian Netocratic state because uh, every single the entire network for their nation is called the Entertainiverse.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to try to attempt to?
No.
You
I'm
don't
not
want to
that
attempt to
stupid.
connect to it.
I'm not that stupid. Not if
Fair
it's
enough.
like owned by some weird like sea government that
Fair
might
enough.
be like,
No, fair enough. No,
hey,
fair enough.
the fuck is this?
Hey, the sea government already came to check us out, and then they
Yeah.
left. So we're all good.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
fair. So your sent image just remains on your phone. It doesn't go anywhere, and you remain
I'll try again
disconnected.
later. Or yeah, or I wonder if it's gonna be one of those things where like it's sent but it didn't go through, and then when there's service it'll randomly go through, and then confusion will continue to reign.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I would definitely say that's a high probability of being the case. So, as you're sitting there, sort of like raising your phone up to the sky, uh, the the captain, you hear like the footstep and wooden like clogging of, not that he's a dancer, but of the wooden clogging and like the footstep of the captain coming up behind you, and you could smell him just from the very odorous pipe tobacco that he uses,
Oh yes.
approaching you, and he goes up to you and he says, "Oi, lassie, I wouldn't be trying to contact anyone out here."
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I was trying to send a picture to somebody.
Well, the chances of your picture going through, even if you did connect, are pretty low. The INS pretty much throttles and checks everything that's sent on it
Dang.
on their servers. Only government approved things be allowed.
Oh, well. As far as I can tell, we're not exactly government approved.
Oi, lass, that's pretty on point.
Have you ever been government approved?
Well, only for the fishing, not for not for hauling land sharks across the waters, if you get me meaning.
What's the craziest fish you've ever caught?
The great neon whale.
What?
The great neon whale. She's a mighty beast, that one. A true electric leviathan of these seas. But to say I caught her, that'd be a dream. Nay, only saw her once in a while.
Would you want to catch her though, or would you catch her and then release her? Like, is she endangered?
I feel like it wouldn't be wise to keep her. Oh,
Mm.
the energy stored in them cells. she could power a whole nation. Or at least a good while.
Whoa. Interesting.
But nay, I couldn't bring myself to break her down into her ones and zeros and store her in a battery. No, be too demeaning for a creature as majestic as she is.
How many neon whales are there?
Hard to say. Only saw her, even if it was the same one. But in these waters, you can't really tell what's beneath you. We could be swimming in a whole school of them, for all we know. Or there could be only one.
I like neon things.
Aye, lass, me too.
You want to go see? You want to see the neon? You want to see me shoot neon lightning out of my guitar?
I absolutely fucking do, hell yeah.
Let's go, man!
So yes, you roll me a performance check.
Oh,
Get
sure.
into the good graces of the captain with your
All right.
lightning prowess.
Oh dear. I roll an 8.
Ah, indeed. Okay. He's like, aye, that'd be lightning, all right.
Yeah.
And he,
I'm a little rusty. I'm not used to playing in weather this cold.
you know, that makes a lot of sense. We are nearing more Arctic waters, and I'm afraid it's only going to
Is
get
that where we're
colder
going?
from
Are we
here.
going to like an Arctic area?
Oy, lass, the point I'm taking you to is a couple of days east of here. Just gonna be a glacial landing, if you will. Sort of a tundra wasteland.
Okay. I better wear a lot of blankets.
Aye, indeed, you should. Yeah, we'll know the halfway mark by, we'll be passing an island up pretty soon. That'll be, at that point, it'll only be a day travel. But, keep out for it. Keep a lookout for it. We'll be passing far, giving it a wide berth.
Wide berth.
Indeed. Insane. Yes. So, what are the rest of you up to?
Who's at the helm right
Who's
now?
at the helm? Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Congratulations, you're at the helm. He decided you may need a little more practice.
That's what I was gonna say.
There you go.
I was like, if the captain's talking.
Nah, it's you, buddy. Nah, it's you.
Yeah. I was like, somebody's gonna be steering this thing. Who is
He's
it?
also banned Rocky from ever taking the helm again.
Oh, come on. He did fine.
No, I feel like that's fair. That's perfectly fair.
He did just fine with
for a
4
creature
paws.
without opposable thumbs. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did just fine.
Uh,
Rocky is in there with me though. He can't stop that.
That's true. That's true.
If Zen is at the helm, if Zen is steering, I think Cassie's gonna be somewhere near the bow of the ship, using her scanning sight to like see out, because I can see up to 60 feet ahead of me with it,
Yes.
to just kind of help navigate and make sure we don't crash into anything.
Oh no, that's highly effective. That's a highly effective method by which to navigate these waters, because having seen enough of the glassbergs, you can kind of now in your little HUD get a layout of like where the major problems are. Some of the tiny ones sort of evade your sensors just because, and the ones like super deep in the water you can't really tell because you're basically in your HUD, the water, it essentially looks like you're looking at TV static the entire time. So things that are like on the surface, you can kind of tell like they're like, imagine like how an inverse thermal imaging camera where like anything that lights up hot would appear darker, in like more black hues. So it's weird. You have these little islands of non-static that are like showing up on your HUD when you look at this ocean, and by that you can infer where the hazardous glassbergs are, and you can kind of help navigate and steer.
I like to imagine. Have any of you ever played a Virtual Boy?
Oh my God, yes.
You know what I'm talking about. It was a really old Nintendo console that was like it wasn't very successful, but it was like Nintendo's first attempt at virtual reality essentially, and it was like a giant like uh almost like a VR headset. Like it was just like a big old clunky pair of goggles that were on like a tripod, and you stuck your face up to it, and it was like supposed to be video games in VR. And it was like all black, and everything was outlined in red, and it was it was really weird. But like I don't, for some reason when I think of like what does the scanning sight look like through Cassie's eyes, I always picture it kind of like that.
Yep. No, that would be it. That would be exactly it. Fun fact that like what you were saying, it didn't last very long, but part of what was it about that? I was watching a video actually on like the Virtual Boy, and part of like how that transitioned into, like, there was something about the guy who developed it was also working on like doing something with like the Game Boy, or like the Game Boy. Anywho, sorry, it left my memory, but yes, that jogged a. Yes, that is exactly what it looks like.
The deep lore,
The deep lore, the
Nintendo
deep
lore.
cut.
It was really weird. It was very cool at the time. You only could play like Mario Tennis and like 2 other games on it, but it was pretty cool.
And it like gave people headaches.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah,
It was
it sucked.
horrible. It was very.
And it's hard to tell whether it gave people headaches because of how uncomfortable it was, or because of the images coming in. Because I definitely got to play with one of those as a kid, and it was the worst.
Yeah.
I played it once, and then I was like, all right,
I thought it was
that
the
was
coolest thing ever.
fine, I guess.
Right.
I remember playing it all the time, and just being like, I would only be able to play for like 10 minutes at a time before I had to put it down because it gave me a really bad headache.
Yeah, it is a far cry from the VR headsets of today. However, those ones can still be cumbersome, so it is what it is. Pick your poison. But yes, you are at the helm, and you are helping guide. Zen, you are at the helm, and Cassie, you are assisting Zen, and Rocky, who is pulling some levers and flicking some switches here and there, because at least he can do that. But helping them guide these waters, navigate these waters, and you proceed taking lengthy shifts as needed to fully recover yourselves over the next course of the next 24 hours. So if you do wish to take a full rest, I will consider that having been done at this time. Regarding the next day, as you begin your sort of series of...
Wait, sorry. Does that mean we can recover the rest of our hit points?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have made that like more explicit. But yes,
No,
you can fully
okay.
recover your hit points. Regarding, sorry, double checking. Yes, regarding the next day, as you all come to awake, sort of having had your long rest over your shift before, you are finally getting back into like a better sleep pattern. The first one of you, actually, let me roll who that's gonna be. Yeah, get some dice here. Cassie. Ever present in your duties on the at the bow of the ship, you are the first person awake this morning. Now, is Cassie a morning person? Generally speaking, being wouldn't know. I'm trying to imagine what the circadian rhythm of synthetics would be, or whether or not it would even, because basically it's like you are just recharging yourself, right? Is that
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really thought much about that specifically because I don't think that she requires sleep like a normal non-synthetic organism does. Um, I would say, if anything, probably it's not that she's like annoyed in the morning because she's tired. She's just a teenager and she's always kind of got like that I I'm I don't even want to be here right now kind of attitude. So I
generally
would say
pissed at
she's
existence? Yes, got it.
yeah.
Indeed. Like you come.
So she's not a morning person, but not because she's like tired and cranky, but just because she's just over it.
Yeah. No, fair enough. No, fair enough. Um, as you are sitting there, uh, staring out over the water, uh, you in like the corner of your HUD, um, like the bottom corner of your HUD, you see marching across your vision in like a 2D pixelated sprite. This happy little pixel art version of Wimby Chan. As she just sort of like marches across the bottom of your
Oh
screen,
God.
and she stops dead in the middle, and she waves at you, and she's just
Oh no.
uh, continuing to wave, and a prompt pops up in like in 16-bit art style. Basically the word interact, and it has a Y and an N, and the Y is highlighted, and you know that you can make selections here.
Uh, if I can, if I can just have a little bit of a meta gamer moment here to kind of, this is how I imagine she would try to react to it. She'd probably like, ugh, wave her hand across her HUD and it floats off screen and then it floats back on screen and she does it like 2 or 3 times. She's like trying to get rid of it and it just keeps popping back into her field of view. And finally she's like, "Ugh, fine," and she selects yes.
Good morning, Cassie. How's a favorite employee?
What do you want?
I need you to finalize some documents for us about your agreement. Uh-huh.
This is the hell of my own making. That she says that in character. Uh yeah, what kind of documents?
Oh, just some new employee-related non-disclosure agreements.
Non-disclosure. Let me see.
Okay. You pull up this long file that is typed up in in A. It's written in Wingdings, so you have to sort of decode that.
Yep.
It's
Thank
written
God I
in
know
1-point
comprehend
font.
languages.
1-point font. You also have to sort of change the contrast and transparency of the words in either to see it. So going through all these loopholes, essentially, it is your annual. It is an annual thing that you have to go through. Basically saying that you cannot inform anyone of the nature of your agreement with McWumbo Burger. Basically, this is one of those things to keep, as you have intuited, to keep the brand having a nice, clean, front-facing image, even though rumors do abound from people who have broken the non-disclosure agreement and since disappeared under mysterious circumstances or died due to totally natural causes.
Is there anything in this version of the contract that is different from previous versions that Cassie has signed?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. We're going with the resin dice. Please don't let me down. Don't make me switch to the metal ones, please. Do I have proficiency? I do. Thank God. And that is investigation is intelligence.
Mhm.
So I add my intelligence mod and my proficiency mod. Okay. That is a 15 plus 4, so it's a 19.
Ooh, a 19. That's very good. You find, as you're scrolling through this non-disclosure agreement, you come to a chapter that deals with entities, associations, and partnerships and brand deals, as it were. And you find some interesting language that basically bars you from discussing potential trades, mergers, right selling, just general legalese. But one name in particular stands out. And that is, hold on, I actually got to get them because I know which one I want to. That is, you are barred from discussing any deals made with any entities belonging to a Mr. Richard Birmingham Smolders.
Okay, wait, let me write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Birmingham
Mm-hmm.
Smolders.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I getting what's that Simpsons character?
Smithers?
Vibes.
If you are getting those vibes, very good.
Great. Does Cassie recognize this name at all, or is this just like
Give me a
something
history
she's
check.
never seen before? Oh, okay. History. I don't have proficiency in history, so okay. Let me see. That is a 9 plus 2, so that's an 11.
You only know that he runs, owns, and is in charge of operation of the 5K Island nuclear power plant in the, not the Treadways, it's in the quadrant known as the Sludge Pits.
Okay, so Cassie sees that name, and she says to Wimby Chan, "Wait a minute. What does this guy have to do with McWumbo Burger?"
You don't have the clearance for that kind of question.
I have to tell you, I have the stream open on my second monitor because I was checking the audio before, and so I'm hearing it in your voice and then immediately hearing it echoed in the voice modifier on my other screen. And
Oh,
it's
I
just
have to
so fun.
set that for everyone to hear it. Whoops, that's my fault. Because
No,
I
it's
want
really
everyone
funny
to.
because
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's
no, oh
funnier
no,
this
but we
way.
have to.
Oh no, Sam, why did you do that?
Wait, did it
no!
not?
Wait,
Wait,
what?
it should. It says default microphone voice mod. Everyone should be hearing it. Oh, maybe.
Is this better for everyone's torture?
Damn it.
Yay!
Damn it!
Better is a
Yay.
Damn
word.
it.
That's
Sam,
definitely a word
you
that
get
you
a point of
used.
inspiration for helping me torture my fellow players. Very good.
Great. I'll add that to my notes. +1
Wonderful.
inspiration. Okay. So basically, if Cassie doesn't sign this, there's a threat of her disappearing or something bad happening potentially.
Bad. Well, depending on your perspective, right? I mean, you are over it. I mean, it just depends, right? It depends on your perspective of
You have
things.
embraced this. You've lent your the
Right.
sweet embrace of death is honestly not necessarily a bad thing in this case. No. Yeah. So Wimby's not gonna tell me anything because I don't have clearance for that information. And that's the only thing specifically that stands out as different in this document as far as Cassie can tell.
Yes, as far as you can tell, that's just something that you stood out because it's not like people don't deal with him and his power plant. All of the meat products and meat products that McWumbo Burger uses in their meals that they provide to their clientele, to their patrons, it has to be made in fabrication flats, and everyone knows that nearly all of the power for those factories that run in that area comes from that nuclear power plant.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem great. Don't love the implications here. I
But it
think
is odd that this is the first time to your knowledge that specifically they are telling no one to, not asking, they're not asking, they're telling everyone to not talk about any dealings with him at all for future.
okay. I think Cassie's thinking to herself, well, just because I can't discuss it doesn't mean I can't try to look into it further and find out more information for myself. So, knowing the alternative to what the consequences could be for not signing this document, I think Cassie's kind of feeling like she has to sign it. But she's keeping that little nugget of information in the back of her hard drive right there.
Okay. So do you sign the document?
Yes.
Okay. So track 1 hit point from your hit point total as you feel a surge of electricity, and some inner self recognition of your life force being sort of ripped away from you, and entering into Wimby Chan basically pulls out like a little cardboard like burger box, opens it up, and you see that energy swirl and turn into like magical pink rainbow stars and just go straight into the fucking box, and she closes it.
It's like when Ariel signs Ursula's contract.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Very much the energy I'm getting here.
Yes.
Yeah, she reluctantly signs it. And does Wimby Chan disappear afterwards, or does she have any last words to give?
There's an explosion of like fireworks and like a child like yay, like background noises, and she
Yes, that was very good. Thank you so much, Cassie. You did such a good job.
This is so painful.
Also, did you happen to strike any deals with the IOCM Netocratic State?
Not yet. We're still working on that.
We really want to expand our franchise into that territory, especially with our new product line we have coming.
Yeah, I'll get to it. All right, bye. And then she just wipes her HUD, like wipes it clean.
just gone, disappears. Right. Very good. When you wipe your HUD clean, you notice that in the distance, in the fog of the morning over the water, way out ahead of you and slightly off to your left on the port side or north side of the ship, you notice a very dim series of intermittently blinking tiny red lights.
Ooh, interesting. I think Cassie's gonna summon one of her imps and send it out to investigate, because I'm pretty sure that she has an ability where she can see through their eyes temporarily.
Okay. It's going to take a while to get there. This is a few miles away, but it can reach it and hopefully come back. What's the limit on that site?
Let me see. I have... Where is the Find Familiar spell? Find Familiar. So it says the range for Find Familiar is 10 feet, but I don't know if that means just...
I think that means where you summon it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was something in here somewhere that said something about being able to see temporarily through the eyes of the familiar. Oh, yeah, it's under Flock of Familiars.
Mm-hmm.
You temporarily summon 3 familiars. Familiars summoned by this can telepathically communicate with you and share their visual or auditory senses while they are within 1 mile of you.
Okay. So this is easily 2 to 3 miles away. You can send them out,
but
we are.
Question.
Yes.
If I am seeing through their eyes from 1 mile away and also using my scanning sight, does that give me an additional 60 feet on top of the mile?
I feel like when you see through their vision, you traditionally, as like familiar stuff, as I've had it run before, you yourself go blind.
Okay.
You might can use your scanning sense through them. I think that's... I don't think they have the same like technological capabilities. Like they're not techno imps, even though that would be fucking cool. But they're just normal imps. So you don't have like all of that is with your sensors in your body.
Got it.
So you wouldn't have that capability with them.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Can I like logistically like where obviously Zen doesn't see them, but if like the boat is also moving though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't the imps be able to also kind of like keep up that movement unless are the drones in like another direction.
Oh, the drones. You don't know that
Or
they're
I mean, sorry,
drones.
whatever the red dots were. Sorry. I was just assuming that they were drones.
So
I mean,
you
yeah,
have
same.
these blinking red lights up here,
Mhm.
in way off in the fog, and the boat
Okay.
is passing by from west to east.
Okay. Gotcha. I understand now.
Ooh.
I thought they were like we were going towards them. That's
Mhm.
that's what I was imagining.
I
Okay.
have another question.
Yes,
Is there a spyglass on the boat somewhere?
that is a very good question. Yes, you can find a pair of binoculars.
Okay. Can I give that to the imp and then have the imp fly a mile out and look through them and then see that through their
Yes, you
eyes?
can. Yes, you can. Very clever. Yes, you can.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
certainly give the imp the pair of binoculars. He can fly out a mile and look through them, get a little closer look. But yes, okay. So you do that. You sort of watch him as he sort of like zips around over the data ocean, and you see him actively pick up the binoculars. The red lights are a little bit brighter. But as he peeks through them, you can see now. It it you're there are many of these red lights, like hundreds of them, from his distance as he gets closer to the where they are. You can also see now through his vision that they are on a land mass. It's sitting like slightly above the land mass, and they are sort of like riding the topography, if that makes sense. But it is an island. It's covered with snow. Rocky, sort of rocky shoreline uh, facing your direction, and as he sort of struggles to focus them, you can barely see that these lights are sitting on top of hundreds of little, like, dark steel poles that are sticking up out of the ground. It looks like the whole surface is like the working end of like a hairbrush.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting. Just out in the middle of the ocean.
Out in the middle of the ocean.
Uh, Cassie's gonna point in the direction and go, "Land ho!" I've always wanted to say that.
Perfect, brilliant. You all hear this, this cry, for the discovery, or I guess revelation that there is land nearby you. So you can all come up and drop what you're doing and try and see out. For you, it's still, the fog is a little bit, still a little bit dense. But the captain comes over and says, "Aye, that be the island midway point, only a day now, and we're just gonna keep moving.
Well, what's over there?
Cursed, that island is. I only passed by it a few times, and I never seen them red lights on it, but it ill omen."
I look over at Zen.
You see, like Zen is like white knuckling the helm right now, and is like so focused on where they're going, and is just breathing like heavily. And like you see like sweat starting to like appear on Zen's forehead, and it just starts to trickle down, just waiting for somebody to say something.
I
Now,
look at Cassie.
when you say cursed, when you say cursed, is it like a no man who's gone to that island has ever lived to tell the tale kind of curse?
It, well, I that seemed to be accurate, but really, truly, Cursed as in anything that the INS touches, and they be owning that island now. Anything they touch is just horrible. And with
I
that,
would
we're gonna
just like
take
to
a
say,
quick wait.
oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go.
We'll take a quick break,
Let's take a break, and
and then we'll be
I'll
back.
save that thought.
Indeed. All right. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, everyone. All right. Well, I'm back. We're just waiting on some people to get back from break. I hope everyone's enjoying the game so far. Um, I I am. I like where this is going so far. It's something. If you haven't been following along the show, we've been slowly dripping in some plot stuff here and there, um, and I like that method of just like kind of slow burn reveal. As my players are watching this, I mean, yes, they'll know that it. I think it raises some tensions kind of neatly. But if you enjoy the show, give us a follow, give us a subscribe if you want to. And yeah, tune in. It's every Wednesday, 7 to 10 Eastern time. And yeah, have be doing this for some weeks to come. This is also, if you like the rule set, the setting. This is Lasers and Liches. It is a 5th edition supplement that I think they started fundraising in like 2018 or so, and then they released this version. Like they did a release like a 2-3 years ago. But yeah, here it is. Still waiting on a couple of people, but if you have any questions, I am here to answer them, particularly regarding the setting, our little particular homebrew, because they do include a world map, but I kind of homebrewed my own for this, which ironically works and fits in the same world, because the world is a cube, right? And it's a cube with 6 faces, and each face has 9 different quadrants, and things can move about and twist and shift. So, yes, we could maybe run into one of those other little quadrants, depending. That would be an upheaval of colossal size. But I'm open. I try to keep a kind of a sandboxy game going. So yeah, we'll see where they end up. Right now, they are on their way to on a little expedition, scientific in nature. We'll see. They've had a kind of a rocky start to it, but we'll see how well they progress. I think we have. Let's see. We have most people back, still waiting on Braden. So I'm gonna go ahead and while we wait on Braden, I'm gonna go ahead and take us back to the group since they're mostly back. All right, there we go. As Tara works on some art pieces that we have for the show. Thank you so much, Tara. All of these are lovely, by the way. And Tara, where can someone follow you and find more of your art? Of course. I'll throw it in. I think I should. I should probably. Well, if I mod you, you can. I think I can give you that. I think I can give you that. Yeah, I can. Boom, there you are. Now you have the capability. You have the power. Yes, there. Yes, you do. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know what will. I guess it'd just be my settings, because I'm Yay, it works. Woo. Perfect. Excellent. All right, we are all back. Braden, I'm so sorry to interrupt your interjection. What were you going to say before we took a break? Uh-huh.
Go. Fuck. Damn it. Now I have to remember.
Whoop.
What was I gonna say?
Cursed Island,
Yeah.
You heard
Yep,
cursed and
yep.
immediately started having like non-flashbacks, and
Oh yes, that's right. And then the captain said about okay, got it. Okay, all right, I'm back in character now. There it is.
Excellent. There we go.
So yeah, Zen is like white knuckling the helm and says, "Now y'all, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Too late.
However, and this is not because, hey, hold on. This is not because the island may or may not be cursed. All right?
Oh, the island's
I feel like
100%
I've gotten
cursed.
over that. All right. Well, the island is 100% cursed. But here's my thinking. We barely survived that B rock. Where did that thing go to? Well, looky here. There's an island not too far away from where we fought that B rock. And here's my thing. I don't want to tangle with that thing again because that was not good. I got hurt a lot. So let's not and say we did, and let's just keep on trucking to our destination if that is agreeable within the group. And that's all I have to say about that. Until somebody disagrees with me, and then I'm going to say more.
I'm not saying I disagree with you about going to a cursed island. I am saying we left that B-Rock behind us. If it was on that island, it would have had to pass us and attempt to eat us again to get to it.
That is very sound logic, I will say.
Just,
I mean, do we really know that a B rock would be like? Do we think that a cursed island with a bunch of metal spires is where a B rock would habitate?
I don't think I want to think about where a B-Rock would habitate. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
We have no reason to believe.
Here, hey, how about this? How about this? At the end of the day, we are working for the doctor. And so the doctor is currently employing us. And so if the doctor wants us to, chug on along to do the thing that we were hired for, then that's what we got to do at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that was quite possibly the worst argument you could make, because I could go to that doctor and say, "Hey, there's a curse on that island. Do you want to go study it?" And he would immediately waylay us for at least a week.
I'm sorry.
Now you don't.
Damn it!
I heard cursed island. What's this? Oh, what are those red lights all out on the horizon there? So interesting.
Hey, Doc, wanna go check out a cursed island?
Well, it depends on the kind of curse, young lady. I'm a retired adventurer. Don't want to get into any sort of trouble.
Oh, don't say that. You still got plenty of pep in your step.
I do feel quite energized for a person of my age.
You're pretty spry.
Although I don't want to put our expedition at a risk. I seem to be, as they would say, riding the fence on my opinion.
Yeah, risk, Schmisk. You saw how we handled that B-Rock, and we're still here, so I feel like the risk is pretty low compared to that, wouldn't you say so?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay, wait. Oh, damn. I don't have proficiency, but that's okay. Oh, that's only going to be a 6.
I will have to say, I don't want to endanger any of the equipment, or heaven knows if we step on that island, who knows what sort of security systems the INS could have put upon there to keep people off of it. It would be a shame if we ended up detained or worse.
Wait, that's not the island we're supposed to be going to, is it?
Oh no, miss. That would be further, about a day's sailing. Well, putting about, no offence, Captain, I none taken, I won't be taking offence to that, about a day's putting about to the east.
I failed my persuasion. Does anyone else want to try?
I want to point out, I had the opportunity to give the help action there and chose not to for Braden's sake this time to make up for the bit with the garbage truck.
The captain chimes in and
Okay, but
says,
that was funny.
That
It
was
was.
funny. That was funny. The captain chimes in and says, "And for me part, I have to agree with the young lad. Now, except for one thing, I'd rather let's not and say we didn't, if you catch me meaning. Instead of us saying
Maybe
we
we can
did.
throw a rock at it and see something happens to the rock.
Lass, if you can throw a rock that
From
far,
3 miles away.
I wish you would be awake when we fought that rock. Now he's Scottish and you can't help
How
it.
Yeah.
close, how close are we gonna get to it as we're like
Yeah.
going by?
We're going by it now, and we're not
We're
close
like
to
3
it.
miles away, I think.
Oh,
he
so
said.
we'd have to like actually re-steer if we want to go check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So currently,
I'm
I'm all
rolling.
for
I'm rolling a
I'm all for
die.
the chaotic choice.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find out. I'm rolling a die to find out how I feel.
I will always choose the chaotic option.
Ah, hey, let's go, dudes!
okay. So currently, I'm assuming we have 3 votes no and 3 votes yes, so it's a tie.
Oh, Doyle has not voted no. Doyle has just not actively supported yes.
Okay, so we have 3
Doyle's
votes no
abstaining.
and 2 votes yes.
Oh no, I thought I was being counted as one of the no's. Doyle would definitely be a yes, just not, not gonna push it because I know that like the guy we're being paid by is, what he says takes priority over my own like
Oh shit,
feelings
that's a
about
good
it.
point. If the actual
I
like
would
guy that was,
prefer to go and do it, but
oh man, are we gonna let Scotty
We're
down?
gonna let capitalism win, guys. Come on. I thought we were better than that. Comrades, I thought we were better than this.
If you
Where are you? Are
If
you from
you-
the Slemeni Plateau? Are you from the Soviet Steel Republic of Slemeni?
Fuck.
Oh, what?
The fuck is that?
He's actually he's actually referencing an actual entity,
No, I
political
know.
entity here. Yeah.
I believe you.
Hold on, let me
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that not all of their ideas were bad ones, okay? I'm just saying they made some solid points about economics.
Oh my god.
They did until it turned into state capitalism. That was their downfall.
So what's their society
I-
instead?
Hold on, one second. I'm pulling it up. Specifically, he's referencing the Socialist Steel Republic of Slemeni, which exists
yeah.
on the same like little quadrant as Old Metro, Neo Metro. I take that back. So they exist kind of southeast of where home is for all of you in the Iraqian Badlands, on a separate little geographical formation known as the Slemeni Plateau. It used to be a sort of monarchical kind of imperialist society that was actually rather technologically advanced. And then there was a revolution that was more Bolshevik in nature, shall we say. And while it did in short term, form a kind of working democracy, oligarchy kind of went in, and now they still operate under the guise of being technologically advanced with their sort of diesel-powered airship armada, which is now rusting and falling apart. It's kind of in a state of decay.
Finger creeping toward the button.
I
Oh God. Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's it.
That's,
No,
that's
there
all
you
I
go.
wanted to do.
Fair enough. No. You are allowed. That's fine.
I will make a deal with the three of you.
Oh
If
no.
you guys really want to go check, if you guys really want to go check out this cursed island, I'll make a deal with all three of you.
Yes.
One of you has to beat me in rollies. That's it. You just have to
Rollies?
beat me in rollies.
Just a roll off.
Yeah,
One
you
of us
just-
has to roll higher than you.
We just roll a d20, and if you get higher than me, we'll do it. That's my offer.
This is where we find out that Braden has some weighted dice.
Well, Braden,
Are
No,
all
I
the
will
for this
use
one?
I will use
we
now,
I
gonna
will
do
use a
D20 roll?
regular dice.
is there a way
there
you
is
can point
no-
your camera at the
You know what? I can't. Well, man, probably not.
You know what? If it's too much of a trouble,
I-
if it's too much of trouble, don't worry about it. We
Nope.
will all trust you. And
I got. Here's my dice tray right there. Man, I will. How about this? I will. I have my phone next to me as well.
Oh.
I will roll. I will not say what it is. I will take my phone. I will take a picture of it, and I will put it in the Discord chat.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not that we don't trust you. I
Okay.
just am adding
Nope. Nope.
security.
Totally understandable. I will. You decide amongst yourselves who you would like to roll. I am
probably
doing
not
it
me.
right now. I am rolling the dice. Okay.
Straight up and down roll.
I am straight up and down roll. I'm getting my phone,
I think Patrick should do it.
and I am.
I think so too.
I don't know about that, but I'm willing to.
Yeah. I vote Patrick.
I don't have a fancy dice tray to roll in, but I will roll in the lid of my dice case
Delightful.
Hell yeah.
and then take a picture of that.
So official.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Is there?
I
I'm
have-
sure
Should've
there's
had
a way
somebody
I can
else.
set up a poll. I could probably set up a poll, maybe. Oh shit! I should have done that earlier.
I have my picture in the Discord chat. Oh, I have not sent it, but I am prepared. I am prepared to send it.
You can send it directly to
Um,
me if you want to.
I mean, I'll put it in the chat so that
Okay.
everybody can see it. It doesn't
Fair
bother
enough.
me.
In like cast general
Um,
or
Yeah,
Yeah,
the sunset, the sunset grid one
Copy,
is where I have
copy.
it.
all right, send in mine now. You're definitely gonna beat it, but you know,
Would you get a 1?
Okay.
no,
If you
I
say
got
so.
an 8.
Mm. Never say never. Never say never.
What did Braden get?
Mine is sending.
That's a 4.
Oh,
That's a straight up 4.
2 single-digit rolls.
Well,
The most anticlimactic roll off ever.
I don't know about that.
It's
I don't
so-
know about
Let's go,
that.
gamers.
You went, Patrick. You said there's no way you're gonna beat me, and I was.
No, I
like,
said there's no way I'm gonna
you.
beat
And I was
you.
like, I don't know, dude. I was like, I don't know, dude. There are 3 numbers you could get in which I will win. I don't think that's happening.
Zach, can we get an LFG, please, in the chat? Thank you.
Oh my God.
LFG.
LFG's in the chat.
Oh, fine, whatever. We'll do a stupid cursed island.
This is not at all the deal I thought you were gonna make. I was like, oh man, you are about to put some terms out there that. Nope. All right.
No, because we really do got this whole fucking like Mystery Inc. Scooby-Doo bullshit going on, and like in the back of my head I'm like, could be a Zombie Island situation, and that would be
Hell
pretty
yeah.
rad, so I'd be all right
Mhm.
with that.
I prefer Mischief Inc. to Mystery Inc. Like, let's be clear here. We're going to cause
Hey,
some
you know.
trouble.
Sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, you're Mischief
Zombie Island was a great
Enterprises. There we go. Zombie Island
Zombie
is
Island.
probably one of the best
Zombie
Scooby-Doo
Island.
movies.
movie. Witch's Ghost.
Yeah.
What was I really liked the one with the
Cyber Chase.
alien chick. Cyber Chase was great.
Cyber Chase.
What was
was
the one with
great.
the alien chick and her
Oh,
dog?
Alien Invaders.
Alien Invaders.
Mhm.
Yeah, Alien Invaders. Yeah,
Bangers.
they
all
had
bangers.
they had a really good run of four animated movies.
They did.
There
I
was
will
supposed to
have to
be-
say,
Also,
Witch's Ghost is goated because of the Hex
Mwah.
Girls.
Tim Curry,
And
ooh,
Tim Curry.
yeah.
the
and Tim
Hex
Curry.
Girls.
Yep.
Yep.
And
That
Tim
was
Curry.
my
Noted.
shit. There was apparently my partner knows a lot more about
Yeah.
this than I do because he's literally a Scooby-Doo expert.
Mm.
But there was supposed to be like an actual band after that movie that was gonna tour as the Hex Girls,
Oh
and
my
Warner Brothers
God.
like chickened out of doing it. And I will die angry about this until my last breath.
That's a valid
Yeah.
feeling. That's a valid
Right,
grudge
honey?
to hold.
There
Write
was
that down.
supposed to
Write
be
that down in the book of grudges.
like a Hex Girls band that was gonna go on tour, right? I don't know if any of that came through.
Confirmation.
No,
Not really.
Not
Oh,
much.
he
No.
said that there was apparently the Hex Girls were developed by like a contractor that Warner Brothers had hired, and they didn't want to pay that person the rights to license the Hex Girls to do a whole other
Oh my
thing.
God.
So
Oh.
they
It's
just were like,
always
nah, fuck it.
rights bullshit.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Always.
Come on, Warner Brothers.
I
Come
know.
on. Anywho,
F in the chat for
F
Warner
in the
Brothers.
chat for them with a live action version of the Hex Girls.
F's
God
in the
bless it.
chat for Warner Brothers.
But okay, so I get all right.
Cursed Island.
Cursed
Scooby-Doo and the
Island.
Cursed Metal Island.
Here we go.
All right. If we're gonna do the Cursed Island, I have one stipulation, and that's it.
We won't do any dumb antics and spook you this time unless it's
Yeah.
actually serious. Is that
No,
learned
I
my
figured
lesson.
that
No
would
pranks.
happen. No, listen. I am not gonna punish y'all for your personalities or the way that you like to do things. That's fine. I just don't want to. I don't want to be the one responsible taking us there. So somebody else has got to get the whole take the helm because I'm not driving us there.
I'll do it, lad. I'm not happy about this, but
Hey,
think of the
Yeah.
research?
seeing as
I don't want to be. I don't want to be the one.
Seeing as I've been hired, I'll do it. But if anything happens, I'm leaving, whether you're on this boat or not. Is that understood?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Aye,
We'll,
aye.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
I like you
We'll be
folks.
alright. We'll be
I
alright.
like ye. But I ain't risking my life for ye.
Yeah. That's fair. That's yeah.
Ye go
that's-
be
that's fair.
safe now.
Yes. All right.
Oh.
So, much to his chagrin, the captain gets up to the helm and starts slowly guiding the fishing trawler towards the island in the north. It does not take you very long to get close to it. He basically is able to anchor sort of near a rocky pebble beach with a sheer sort of cliff face. It's basically the best kind of landing point you got. And you can see that there is a rocky path that sort of goes up the side. It's not made intentionally, but if you were really careful, you might can get up it. But he pulls up, turns off the trawler as close as he dares get without accidentally beaching the thing, drops anchor, and prepares a little lifeboat sort of situation for
Dingy.
a dinghy. Yes, thank you, a dinghy for you all, a bite-sized dinghy, if you will.
Ha.
This is the code breaker. For you all to get on and travel over to the island. Who all is going? It can seat 5 if you want the professor to go.
I mean,
Does the
Well-
professor want to
Ooh,
go?
what
if you
about?
want to go?
I was gonna say, what about Rocky?
Oh yes, that is.
Can
Good
Rocky
point.
sit on the professor's lap?
He might could. Let's see if the professor wants to go. He was a little trepidation. Okay,
The
he'll go.
research.
I think.
Hey.
He'll
I was
go.
gonna say, I think
Excellent.
it's a good idea for the professor to come.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm not going to bring all of my equipment. Just a general smattering of scanners, readers, things of that nature. These pylons, they do seem to be mechanical in nature, not necessarily magical. And as you are up close, you can see like a couple of pylons, like the top of the lights. They are just little. More if you know like a rotating police like light looks like sort of like the blue light special in like Kmart, RIP Kmart. But red version of that. Just sort of like on top of each pole, just sort of rotating around. A lot of them are blinking. Some of them are not blinking. But yes, they are barely visible. As you get into the boat and sort of like motor your way over to the edge of the island and sort of pull it up onto the beach, which is kind of safe to do. Now, this portion of the ocean is not as is actually. It looks like oil is trying to mix with water in this area, because this is where you're getting some bleed through between what you intuitively can recognize as the quadrant to the east of your location and this quadrant. So now you're experiencing another version of that bleed as you were traveling north from the Dread Wastes into the Iosian Sea. But it's the opposite end on the east side.
Mhm.
You get out of the dinghy, you pull it up easily, so you don't have to take any damage from like little tiny shards of glass that might be like in the water or the liquid. You're standing on this pebble beach.
Can I have one of my imps just scout ahead briefly, just to kind of make sure that it's safe for us to, like, maybe have it just kind of floating a little bit ahead of us, kind of keeping an eye out.
Go forth, cheese Danish.
Delightful. I love it. Yes. So Cheese Danish sort of floats. It's canon now. Cheese Danish sort of floats on on forward as he flips Ivy the bird. As he travels forward, he's like, "My name is Azrathel, not that, he's just complete. You just hear him muttering to himself. Oh, where's that demon voice? Hold on. No, I had them. Where'd they go? Oh well. Maybe he mutters to himself as he goes up to the rocky slope, and he just kind of little impish wings flapping up and flying up. He gets to the top, and he's just sort of like looking, peeking out from behind like a big boulder that's at the top of the cliff above you, and he's just sort of like looking. He looks back down at you, Cassie, and he just sort of like gives a big okay symbol.
Cool. Well, let's go.
So proceeding up this rocky cliff, it's not like you are going to need pitons and like rope and like carabiners and all that stuff to get up it. It's not like you're free climbing this way. In terms of like free climbing as we traditionally know it here, being like a very risky, just up a sheer cliff face. But it is a hike, so it takes you longer than normal, difficult terrain. But as you get to the top of this cliff, you look out over a very barren landscape of sort of tundra-like surface, snow-covered. You can see rocky patches here and there that are barely covered with lichen at all. Mostly dead moss, dead lichens. It's not, you don't see any living beings anywhere. No animals, no nothing. But in front of you, just a sea, a veritable sea of dark steel pylons that are jutting out, I'd say 15 to 20 feet into the sky. They look to be about telephone pole diameter, with some of them have these red lighthouse-like lights twisting above them that are turned on, and some of them don't have them turned on at all.
Okay.
Should we investigate?
Yeah, I think
Does the
it's time
professor
to
maybe
do
have
some
some
investigating.
equipment that he wants to use to try and figure out what these pylons are for?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the professor and you ask this question, and he brings up a sort of scanner, and as he's sort of flipping through the readings, he's like, there's so many signals here. It's very confusing. I don't quite understand. Looks like it's some sort of network connection. Perhaps if I could, but that would be. The INS would know exactly where we are if I did turn on the network signal. Oh, such a conundrum. But these, whatever it is, it's some sort of frequency, some sort of broadcasting frequency, I guess. Some internet upload thing. Ethernet, maybe their entertainerverse, or whatever the bloody hell they're calling it these days.
Interesting. This is not Cassie speaking, but I'm thinking back on the television studio that we raided, and now we're finding something that's potentially a broadcast signal, and I'm wondering if they're connected.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
might
gosh,
be
should we
worth
look
it.
for an altar that has X on it.
I mean, I was going to say at the very least we should look and see if there are any like access panels on any of these pylons or anything, or
We could text Zaddy and ask him if he knows
I don't
it.
have signal.
Ah, damn.
antennas everywhere, and not a
I
drop of
mean, you
signal.
can connect to the entertainiverse
Mm.
and try to send the picture, try to send
So
the
hold
message.
on, wait, because now I feel like I have to
with just jack in with a cable to the
well, but
pylon.
now since Ivy did like some low res research on the pantheon of this world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there are other gods that entertainment verse could be affiliated with.
Okay. So, deities that have some link to some degree with entertainment. Let's actually see. That's a very
Because
good
I would
question.
argue entertainment would be ruled by a neutral aligned pantheon.
Yeah.
But I don't,
No,
I
that's
don't think
true. That's true. Let me see. Oh, would that? No. I would say Paku Paku definitely counts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And oh yes, there is the there is a chaotic neutral deity known as Silverback. There you know them. That is their alignment is chaotic neutral. They are life and tempest sort of domain. Their symbol is a small platinum CD. Uh, and their clerical motto is "Never made it as a wise man."
Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Exactly.
If I started
Trying to
seeing
remember what the blind men
Nickelback
are.
on the island, would something happen?
You may try. You may try. You can always
I'm
try.
gonna take my guitar
Mm-hmm.
and do a little like I'm gonna kind of just like as if I'm like a la Ken and when they're singing Matchbox 20 on the beach to
Oh my God.
Barbies.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that, but I'm doing that like with Nickelback. I'll be like, guys, I'm gonna serenade y'all with song, and I just start singing Nickelback.
Your voice and
Are
your
you gonna make
guitar
me actually
riffs.
sing it?
Yeah, I mean, no. If you, hey, I'm not gonna say no. That's up to you.
Never made it as a wise man.
Hell yeah.
This is how you remind me.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you
Yeah.
remind me of what I really am. Not like you. Sorry, I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken. Oh, having you a heart
Yeah.
breaking it. I've been wrong. I've been down.
Been wrong. Been down.
You stuck words in my head. Scream, are we having fun yet? Yeah.
We better be careful. We better be careful. Nickelback's gonna come after our stream.
Very good,
Don't
Charlotte.
want to get copyright struck.
Ivy, take a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Definitely for
Oh
that,
my
or a
God.
cliche, whichever one you want to.
Or what?
Or a
Gonna get-
cliche. So basically, you.
Oh, I actually still have a point of inspo. I don't know if we use it in the
Then take a
battle.
cliche use. Then if that's the
Okay,
case.
I have to look that up again.
Yeah, it's in the
We're
book.
gonna get a DMCA strike.
Yeah, let me.
God.
I have that.
But
Nothing
as
happens.
you play, the camera just pans over over all of these sort of like poles and lights, and it's just weaving in and about them, pointing towards you and your group. And when you finish the final chord, snow lightly begins to fall
Oh,
on the island.
Hmm.
I wonder what that means.
I know.
Were there any changes to the professor's scanners during all that?
No.
Hmm.
However, in the time that you have been singing, you did notice one of the pylons that were turned off turned on. and started spinning.
I'm
You've
gonna
been
check that. Is
broadcast.
that all cliche?
Do
When
I
hit by a critical hit, I can use my reaction to reduce the damage by half and ignore any effects that attempt to push you back or knock you prone.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And typically, Charlotte, you don't have to pick them out beforehand. You just get a cliche use, so that if you come to a moment where a cliche is appropriate,
Oh.
you can choose which one to use at that time.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, okay, never
Yes.
mind.
Or also, if you think of one, like a cliche that is in a movie or a TV show or a book or something, you can
Mhm.
like say, hey, this is a cliche and it would fit this moment, and I have a cliche use. Can we come up with something mechanically that I can use to do this? And we can work it
Okay.
like that. Yeah. So there's a couple of
Okay.
options there.
Okay, we'll just see. A lot of them seem to be really good for like combat or like sudden things that happen. Like,
Yeah, that is mostly where it lies, but we
okay,
can always think of more like cool role play stuff.
all right, cool. Sounds good.
Oh, and that pylon that turned on is like a good 70 feet away from you.
And like, there's none of them appear to have like any way for us to open them up, access them, anything like that.
The pylons?
Yeah.
You can see that there is a panel on each one. Yes, you can probably go up to it and like
Okay.
unscrew the panel or something.
I mean,
Fiddle.
my instinct is that I'll get electrocuted if I do this, but I'm still gonna try and unscrew this panel.
I'll do it if you want, since I'm mechanical.
I feel like that is potentially worse.
That's fair.
Like if I get electrocuted, I get a little electrocuted. If you get electrocuted, it's like an EMP.
That's fair.
So I will go ahead and try and unscrew one of these panels.
Do you choose the panel of a pylon that is turned on or turned off?
I'm gonna start with one that's turned off,
Okay.
and then depending on what I see, decide whether or not to do one that's turned
yeah.
on.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. You approach the nearest one that's turned off. As you do, you notice that these pylons are very equidistant from each other. They typically are about, I would say, 10 feet away or so from one another in a grid pattern, in a very sort of like just square grid pattern. And as you sort of take your tools out to unscrew it, you pull away the panel. You look inside. It's a mess of wires. There's like a breaker box in there too. You can see various like networking cables. Some of them are like advanced networking cables, and you can also see some power conduit, obviously, to power the light above. But
Anything with any kind of writing.
um, yes, you can identify. Uh, you can identify writing for oh, how would this be termed? You can identify writing for like signal tower, right? Uh, modem. Um, you can also identify uh, source. It just says source and then also source containment.
Source containment, signal tower modem. Okay. So I don't necessarily see anything that's going to obviously tell me what this is doing, except that obviously, if it has a source and it's a signal tower, odds are it's broadcasting, not receiving. Um, Otherwise, the source would be whatever signal it's picking up. Like so, Source containment probably means that it's got some kind of encryption. Um, does the breaker appear to be like just tripped, or is it like just turned off?
It's
Is the breaker in the on position and the tower is just not active, or has the breaker been tripped off?
the breaker is in the on position and the tower is not active.
Okay. Um, so I don't want to necessarily do anything without asking you guys. What do you think about me turning off this breaker? Do we think these are in a serial loop, or
Um, I'm curious if us tampering with any of this equipment is going to set off any alarms.
What does Scott think?
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I also feel like that concern went out the window when I pulled this panel off. Not like
Fair.
fully. Obviously, there are other things we could do that could still
I
trigger alarms, but like that was
I
a
have an
very real
idea.
possibility.
I have an idea potentially.
Okay.
Because if we turn something off, then if there's equipment on this island, there are machines. There's obviously someone or something that is responsible for the upkeep of this equipment, right? So if
Mhm.
we switch something off, whoever or whatever that thing is might show up to try to fix it. So what we could do, I have Mage Hand. We could hide nearby in the bushes or something, and I could use Mage Hand to flip the breaker, and then we can see if anything happens or if anyone or anything shows up.
That feels like the safer option.
Yeah. What's the bushes situation on the island? I think you
They're
mentioned a
There are
lack
covered.
no
of
bushes.
vegetation.
There's
So
rocky outcroppings that you can hide behind. So
yeah,
that's
Rocks.
just
let's
fine.
hide there, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everybody on board with this?
Yeah, yeah.
Or on board adjacent, as the case may be.
Okay, so let's find
Yeah,
some nearby
yeah.
cover for that everyone can conceal in, and
Mhm.
I will cast Mage Hand to go over to the pylon and flip the breaker, and then dismiss it.
All right. So, you all kind of yes, Zen.
Yeah, no, I think just while all this is happening, because I don't know if anybody else was doing it, I think Zen was like kind of being a lookout. So I didn't know if there was like a person, like I think Zen and Rocky are both like kind of like being vigilant. So I didn't know if there was like a perception check or something that we could make to see like how things were going.
Hmm. Okay.
I think my imp is also still there somewhere scouting
Yeah.
as well, but I can also have them
S-
fly off
s-
somewhere and hide.
So, if you want to make a perception check, what specifically are you looking for? I guess.
I mean, probably like definitely like the drones, like keeping
Mhm.
an eye out to see if like the drones come here, if there's anybody on the island, and if there's anybody like in the immediate vicinity that's like making their way towards us.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Sure. All right. Well, that dice is going to jail.
Nice,
It is
jail, dice,
it was
jail.
a 3. So
3. Okay. Yeah. It's
yeah.
the snow has started to sort of get stronger, it's falling more heavily. And it is a combination of that and just the general sound of the wind and the waves from this little
Mhm.
like small blizzard that has occluded your sight and slightly deafened your perception of minute sounds. But you are looking. You see
Gotcha.
nothing.
Okay.
You have all successfully been able to like pick a spot and a rock large enough to hide behind. You've had to sort of gently coax the professor to get away from the pylon as he further investigates it, to come with you behind the rock. But you are there now. The panel is still open, has not magically closed. The light is still off, and the breakers are all turned into the on position.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'll have the mage hand flip the breaker, close the panel, and then dismiss it.
Are you flipping the main breaker or?
On that specific pylon?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, right? That was
Yeah, sure.
the
If you want to flip
intention.
the main, yes, if you want to flip the main
Yeah.
switch, okay, flip the main switch. You don't hear any changes, no indicator lights pop up or anything.
Do any of the other pylons turn off?
Nope.
Do any of the other pylons turn on?
No.
Okay.
Guys,
And
try
now we wait.
something.
How long would you like to wait?
I would say at least 30 seconds, maybe.
Okay. 30 seconds pass as the snow begins to accumulate on your clothes, your jackets, on the rock in front of you.
The longer we stay here, the more hidden we are.
Yes, no, that's true. That's true. But nothing happens.
Interesting. I mean, there's no way that you don't think this equipment could be self-maintained.
I doubt it, but I'm tempted now to try the same experiment with one of the turned on towers. My only issue is what if somebody is coming from longer away than 30 seconds? So we have to be prepared to either run or fight if we're going to continue the experiment.
Well, we can do this. We can try the same method again on one of the on towers and see what happens.
That's what I think is a good plan.
Okay. Cool. So summon the mage hand back. Floats over to one of the pylons nearby that's on.
Okay.
Open the panel, flip the breaker, close the panel,
Okay.
and then disappear.
Do you, just the same thing. You flip the main switch of the panel off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
With arms wide open.
You flip the main switch of the panel off. Not 10 seconds after the light dies, you hear like the sound of a metal iris opening somewhere. You can't see anything. But some metal sort of grate, like just like a garage door opening to a degree. And you see 4 very medium-sized quadcopters just sort of like rise up out of the ground simultaneously. They all float over to the pylon where that you had shut off, and simultaneously they both turn on what looks like a heavy-duty flamethrower at the base of the pylon, and you can see them melting away snow and ice. And then one goes down lower, extends a little robot arm, and starts turning something outside of your vision. You then see it lift a hatch, and you hear a muffled exclamation of like, what? And then you see all 4 drones, just one after the other, go into the hatch. There's sort of like yelling, and then muffled yelling. And then you see the drones all come out of the hatch, and between them on a line is a big black body bag that is writhing, and they start to carry it away into the distance.
The fuck?
Fuck is
I'm gonna shoot the drone with lightning.
All right,
Oh.
roll for
Whoa,
initiative.
whoa, 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 whoa!
No, this is happening now.
This was
I
a
mean-
research mission.
No, I know exactly what happened.
Now it's a rescue
We got-
mission.
That's a rescue
we
mission.
just
We
fucked
got
someone
somebody
over.
black bagged. Yes, this was a
No,
problem.
someone got fucked over. We gotta go rescue them, and we're the problem. We're the ones who got them fucked over.
Oh, God damn it.
Hi,
Doyle
it's me.
sees the lightning and just sighs.
I'm the problem. It's me. Yes. All right. Good. All right. So you guys can roll for initiative. We have an ad break that starts in about a minute and a half. So I'm gonna let you guys do that. We're gonna take another quick little break, and we'll be right back. We'll start an actual rescue mission, folks.
Yep.
Yeehaw! Here we
Alright.
go.
I got an 18.
I got a
Ooh. So while we wait for Sam to get back, we're just getting everyone's initiative order set and ready to go. What was that? Tara, did you say something?
Oh no. I forgot I wasn't muted. Now I'm trying to fill this thing and it keeps not filling. So I was like, oh, really?
No,
But I'm so sorry.
Love
I'll
the
mute,
addition
I'll
of the
mute.
pockets, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you. I
Just a
vaguely
downright
remembered that I forgot
inappropriate
to
number.
do them. Yeah, I was like, well, what was it? Charlotte had pointed out that I had forgot some details from the original sketch for Ivy, so I went back to fix it, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh man, I forgot Doyle's pockets. So I had to go back, of course, and add them in.
So many pockets that it is no longer practical to have pockets. I believe is what I said
Mhm.
about Doyle's vest.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that reminds me. I used to have. Many of you might remember a clothing brand and also accessories brand called Jinx.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that crazy ass LAN party vest they had
Oh.
sold at one point. Yeah. I was that kind of like edgy nerd as a youngling. And I had that thing, and that had so many pockets. Luckily, I found a better use for it in airsoft. So I never took it in paintball because I didn't want to get like super dirty. But airsoft, it worked out really well. But yes,
I mean,
Nice.
I can't judge too much. I had the like Jinko jeans and camo jacket combo going,
yeah, baby. Fuck yeah. A very valid stylistic choice for an outfit here in the Retroverse. Let's see. All right, we are all back.
Yeah.
All right, I think I have everyone's initiative. I'm going to go down it again just to make sure. We got Doyle and Zen at 21. Okay, we got Cassie at 18, Ivy at 13, and going last is the quadcopters at 8. Oh, I guess technically I should roll for the professor. He's there too.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he's
All
there.
right. Okay, yeah, he did all right. He did okay. So 17. Okay, so he'll be going in between Cassie and Ivy. So, but because Ivy's action started this whole thing, you also have surprise since the quadcopters didn't see you at all.
Hell
You're attacking
yes.
from a hidden position, so you get advantage on, or they have disadvantage on whatever this roll
Yeah,
is
I'm
that
gonna
has to be
I'm
made.
gonna do the blaster rifle.
Cool.
Cool. +4 to attack. Yep. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah,
Nice.
that hits. That certainly does hit. Roll that
all
big,
right,
beautiful
cool.
bean footage.
Okay. 2d6. 8.
8. All right, 8 damage to one of the quadcopters. You hit sort of the one on the back right. So we're gonna call that quadcopter 4.
Okay.
8 damage. And what kind of damage was that again?
It says for some reason. Oh, I guess I'm adding. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what
Sure.
this means. So I have blaster rifle, then attack 2d6, damage, piercing, special two-handed. Then underneath it says +4 to attack, dazzle / radiant damage.
Oh, yes. That is the sort of. That is the. Remember when we were talking about how you can use the. Remember how you can add damage with your keytar? Like
Yeah,
lightning damage with your keytar.
right.
That is basically kind of the equivalent here, where you can just
Okay,
add.
I do radiant damage then.
Okay. And I think that's equivalent to your No, it's your intelligence here. So whatever that is.
Well, it says I here I have a +4 to attack, so that's what I used to get because I rolled a 16,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Okay.
it's because I have a note here that says +4 to attack. So
What's your intelligence modifier?
is +1.
Okay. So the way that an icon works with the ranged and with the melee special damage and the ranged special damage that we are kind of house ruling, any melee special damage that is like lightning, dazzle, code, whatever element related, that is always using your constitution. Any ranged special damage of the same elemental types will use your intelligence bonus for added
I'm
damage.
confused. I'm so sorry.
No,
Wait,
you're totally
I'm so
fine. So
sorry.
you're doing 8 piercing damage with the blaster,
Yes.
right? On top of 1 did you say
Radiant.
dazzle? Radiant. 1 radiant damage with the same blaster, but it's your elemental infusion into that.
Oh,
damage.
I see.
You understand what I mean? Yes.
So they're also taking 1 point of radiant damage?
Yes, that is correct.
So they're taking 9 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And they are. And now we go into initiative order after your attack, which was your action. And that was not really a full turn. It's just you just get that action that goes off first. All right. So coming up at the top of the order is either Zen or Doyle. Now you two get to choose who goes.
I'm okay with letting Doyle go first.
Yeah, I feel like I am better prepared for ranged just at the drop of a hat, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot.
All right. Go ahead and fire.
That is a 14.
A 14 will hit. Which one are you shooting at?
I was worried that I wasn't going to hit it. The same one that's already been shot, assuming that it is still in the air.
It is. Oh, it's still in the air. All right.
All right. That is going to be only 5 damage, but it is piercing energy.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. And Zen.
So I am actually going to hold my action until one of the drones gets closer to us.
Okay, so you're
And
so are you doing a readied action?
yes, I'm gonna do a readied action, and once one comes in into my vicinity, I will swing at it with a.
Okay,
with
so
my
within
sword,
melee
with my
range.
katana. Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Cassie, you are up.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Mhm.
The first one being, I have a thing called Flare Overdrive. It says if I make an attack with a weapon that uses an energy core or that deals radiant damage, I can expend one of my hit dice. And I have a where's my inventory? I have a blaster. Does that count as something with an energy core? Because it says that the blaster does piercing damage,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if that would count or not.
Right. Looking that up right now. Weapons.
I think when I was looking them up, blasters were like energy weapons.
Yes, they are.
For the purpose of things, but I don't know if that means they have an energy core.
They do. They have an energy component to their like an energy attribute. So yes, they do have an energy core. So this applies.
Okay, great. I might need you to help walk me through the whole hit dice thing.
Yep.
The other question is, if I'm still in cover and I attack like from behind cover, does that give me an advantage or count as like a sneak attack or anything like that?
You are attacking from a hidden position, which does give you advantage on that attack.
Okay.
So but then
Wonderful.
that just takes away your hidden status. Then you just have cover kind of from where
Right.
you guys are with the rock, which I think counts as like probably 3/4 cover or something, at least half.
Okay, that is perfect. So, in that case, I'm going to attack. You said there were 4 of them,
There are 4.
and the one that they've been laying into is still up.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm also going to attack that one. I'm going to use my advantage for that with my blaster. Okay, and then do I add anything to this roll for to see if it hits? I mean, I rolled a 15, so I'm not that worried about it, but
Should be your proficiency modifier, and
okay, so that would be a 17 versus a 19.
Either
hit.
one would hit. Yes.
yeah,
Great.
and then proficiency modifier and your dex for a ranged weapon.
Oh, okay, so they hit
Yeah,
anyway.
so
But
either way you were gonna hit, but
perfect, thank you. And then, so I'm using my blaster. It's 1d8 piercing, and I get to expend one of my hit die. I can only do it once, but I'm gonna hopefully use that to knock this thing out. So I know I roll the d8 for the damage, but then if I'm expending a hit die, can you walk me through that real quick?
Yes. So you then use that hit die as an extra die you roll for the damage.
Oh, so I just roll twice.
Essentially, yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Oop. That's an 8. And another 8, so that's 16 damage.
Let's fucking go. All right, good. All right.
This is the best I've rolled the whole campaign. Jeez. I like
Right.
these dice are good. They stay out of dice jail for now.
It is still up, but you have significantly damaged it. It is now kind of lagging behind the others as like one of its propellers is completely shot. They still have the writhing figure in between them. And they're sort of like they haven't really had a chance. They have stopped, but like the other one's sort of leaning, and so you see the bag being sort of like pulled more taut between the 4 of them, among the 4 of them, and you hear some more muffled screams and writhing and such.
I also just remembered my imp is still around.
Yes.
So now my imp is going to attack it
Yes.
with Sting, which is a melee weapon attack. It's a +5 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how my imp does. Oof, that's only a 2.
That will not hit.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh wow.
We were doing well for a moment.
Was it attacking the same quadcopter?
Yeah, it was gonna
Okay.
take a swipe at it.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So, up next is Elwood. He's sitting there. He's actually turned to his bag and he's like, yes, finally, I can show off my marksmanship skills if I can just find my weapon. Blast it! Where did I put the bloody thing? And you see him. He's just searching through his bag, and that's how he's going to spend his turn because he wasn't prepared for this. Ivy, you are up.
Yo, I fucking shoot again.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Does the 13 hit?
13 does not hit. 13 does not hit, unfortunately. Your lightning sort of your blaster bolt sort of shoots and hits one of the armored plates of these quadcopters, and it just sort of ricochets off with a loud whistle into the sky.
Okay.
It's quadcopter's turn.
All right.
Immediately, what they do is they detach all of whatever mechanisms were gripping the harness, and they just absolutely drop this bag onto the ground. As it falls 5 feet, you hear a thud, and you're oh god! You
It's
just
onto powdery whiteness, so
into
that
the
the snow
yes.
helps to break the fall.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
He doesn't take any damage. It was just a really short 5-foot fall.
Okay.
Or they don't take any damage. It was just a really short
Yeah.
5-foot fall.
Yeah.
And you can see the quadcopters now moving in your direction. From from one side of their ports extends not a Vulcan sort of machine gun like the other ones you saw, but more of a sort of, I would say, like a one-barreled sort of submachine gun style weapon that sort of pops out. The of course, the one that's been heavily damaged is like faltering a little far behind, but they move 30 feet closer to you.
And when they move 10 feet, I shoot them.
You do. You can shoot. The other one has moved 10 feet. The one that is damaged has moved 10 feet. It is
I'm
not
going to shoot the one that's damaged then.
All right, there you go. Go ahead.
Let's get that one out of the fight.
Yes.
And because it is quick draw, I get advantage on that, so I'm going to re-roll that just in case. It's a total of 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. And roll higher this time. That is a 9 damage.
9 damage. All right. As you pop this thing with your shot, you hit it sort of in a critical component right in through its ocular interface. And you see all of the blades just sort of come to a stop as it just sort of like falls limp into the ground with a puff of snow. And I have to roll something. I forgot about that.
Uh-oh.
I sense something happening, something coming.
Yep.
Okay. You hear from the quadcopter a loud screech. That is almost deafening. You feel like if it was any closer to you, it would have affected you. But instead, you see the figure in the bag. You hear him sort of like screaming, like you can hear him screaming really loudly, and you can see him writhing in the bag.
So that's a problem.
But it's dead. So there you go. And up next, Doyle or Zen.
Do you already have a plan? There's not in melee range.
Oh, right.
No.
I'm sorry. They forgot to take
that's
their
all you.
turn. That's all my fault. I forgot to actually give them their attacks. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
okay.
That'll make this easy on us.
Well, true. They are unloading at the rock wall. So I'm already factoring in the AC bonuses they're going to get to these rolls. So you guys I'm just going to ask you tell you a number and tell me whether or not it meets or beats your AC. Check. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. All right. For Doyle, does a 12 hit?
No.
All right. For Ivy, does a 12 hit?
No.
For Cassie, does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh,
My AC's a 12.
damn. Well, as this submachine gun unloads upon you, I need you to take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Could be worse.
I'm in partial cover though. Does that do anything for my?
That did something
AC?
for your AC. I basically, with their bonuses, they essentially got a -1 to their attack rolls.
Okay. So I take 4
Yeah.
damage. Where's my HP? Yes. Hello. You're so polite.
As a bullet sort of rips through the plating on your shoulder.
Come here. You're such a little gentleman. Ugh. So big. Big boy.
Look at this
Such a good
level.
cat.
All right. Now I'm sorry. Yes, now it is Doyle and Zen. My sincerest apologies.
Yeah.
No worries.
So,
Yeah, go
if
ahead, Doyle.
do you already have a plan?
Nope,
Knowing that
go
they're
ahead.
not in
It's all
melee
you.
yet. Okay. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on whichever one's closest to us,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna shoot it.
All right, shoot away.
Actually, let me just double check that I have the correct information on Hunter's Mark. Sorry, I want to make sure I do this correctly.
Of course.
Okay, it doesn't look like it gets any kind of save against the spell, but it is a concentration spell, so, and I will deal an extra 1d6 of damage. Perfect. That is a 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to assume that this one's AC is similar to the other ones and roll my damage.
They all look identical.
Yeah.
That is 16 damage.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yo. All right.
Nice.
That's a solid hit. Very good.
And that's it until one of them moves 10 feet closer again.
All
New
right.
turn, new reaction.
Yep. Zen, your go.
Zen is there's 3 left.
There are 3 left. Yes.
3 left. Okay. Zen is going to. Man, I'm just not. Zen is not great with ranged stuff. There's not a whole lot I can do, to be honest. Zen is going to kind of start making their way around like the perimeter
Mm-hmm.
and try and get a good look at Zen wants to try and find where those things came out of specifically, because I know you said we couldn't see where they came out of.
Right.
So Zen is going to start trying to search for where they did come out of.
Okay. All right. So are you trying to you're just getting up and walking?
No. I'm doing it stealthily.
Okay.
Like, I'm imagining, like, I don't know, like, like trying to lay low as much as possible and not draw too much attention to himself.
Yeah, fair enough. Make a stealth roll.
Okay. 16.
Okay. 16. All right. Up next, Cassie.
Okay. Still from partially behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take another shot with my blaster at the one that Doyle just hit.
Okay.
You said dex and proficiency?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 12 to hit? Does that hit?
12 will not hit. Bullet
Damn.
also ricochets off the armor.
I think 4 is a serving. You want more than 4?
I always
Oh,
recommend
and then
for
my imp
do
is gonna
IV.
swipe at that one. We'll see
Sure.
if that hits.
Oh yes, that one. Yes, the imp. I forgot about that.
Nope, that's definitely not gonna hit.
No, oh no, whiffs.
All right, you're going to dice jail now. I'm gonna swap you out.
Whiff City. Oh no. All right. Well, Elwood sees you miss and he says, "Ah, well, no worries. I've brought back Martha." And he slams an old Car 98 style bolt action rifle down onto the rock. He puts it over the crook of his elbow. And he says before he takes aim and fires, hold on, there's a cool character reference. Give me a second. No, where's the thing? Stop being in the way. Sorry, I had his name. Sheriff Amos Twister McGraw taught me how to shoot. And he lets off a shot, which completely misses. And he says, he turns to you and says, I seem to have, I might be a bit rusty. And he sort of cycles the bolt and lines up another shot for his next turn. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ivy.
I too will try and shoot with my blaster rifle again, the one that Doyle hit.
Mm-hmm.
Aha! Dirty 20 once
Nice.
again.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. 2d6 with a +1 of radiant damage. Okay, 5. 4
Alright.
points of piercing, 1 point of radiant.
Okie dokie. Very good. 5. All right. Up next is the quadcopters. You can see the 3 that are still up have begun to break formation. 2 are moving to your left, and 1 is moving to your right. And they are circling, sort of staying at like a good height off the ground, like 10 feet or so. And they're sort of circling around you. They haven't broken the ability to hit you without cover penalties just yet, but you can kind of tell that's what they're planning on. So for Doyle and Cassie, Doyle does a 15 hit.
Yes.
All right. And then Cassie, I believe a 14 will hit you.
Yes.
Okay. For Doyle, 5 points of piercing damage, and for Cassie, 6 points of piercing damage. And then
Okay.
for Ivy,
Better than your usual, more than half my health in one hit. So
that's
you know.
true. Ivy, they rolled a 7, so you do not take any damage as their burst of fire ricochets off the rock in front of you.
Welcome.
Now, as they're circling us, did they still get 10 feet closer?
Yes, technically speaking, they did get 10 feet closer.
But not in a straight line.
Not
so
in a straight line. No, they're
can't
sort
quite
of
actually use it.
they're sort of moving around. Next up,
All right.
Doyle and Zen.
I mean, I'm gonna shoot the same one that I shot.
Okay.
I'm assuming that I'm still good to go first, then, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, that is definitely a miss. That is a 2.
2. All right. Wild. Just goes wild. As you react to the fact that they've gotten a little bit of a better angle on you, you just sort of like fire off a
Rush
shot.
my shot a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Right. Zen, do you keep moving?
I do, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
keep looking for that entrance to where they came from.
Okay, as you turn to double check on the scene, they are not paying attention to you at all. So yes, you do move closer to that entrance, and as you come to it, you can see that it is an uncovered circular patch of snow with a metal iris door, just sort of in the ground, unceremoniously.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool. I want to make note of where that is.
Mhm.
And then I will start making my way back towards the scuffle.
Okay, sounds good. Cassie, your go.
Cool.
I'm going to use. How far away is the body bag from me currently?
I'd say like 60 feet.
Okay, let me check something real quick. Where is? Okay. I don't know if I can do all of this in one turn. So I have Misty Step that can move me 30 feet. My
Mhm.
movement speed is also 30 feet.
Mhm.
If I move 30 feet toward the body bag and then Misty Step the rest of the way over to it,
Mhm.
can I also then open it?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to do that.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You've successfully made it over to the body bag as you sort of step up on the rock and then you just disappear and then you just apparate just in the snow and you're just like running towards the bag. You sort of do a quick little stylish little slide into the snow. You get to the body bag, you unzip it. Inside of the bag is a very young looking and we mean a little older than you, but still young-ish looking elf. And she's sitting there. On her head she has a pair of pink headphones with light up cat ear attachments on top of it.
Oh no, she's an e-girl.
And she looks up and she says, no, the stream's still going. I have to keep streaming for dear leader.
Oh no, she's literally an e-girl. I was right.
That's weird.
Who's dear leader?
The dear leader? What do you mean you don't know who dear leader is? What? And that's all you can get before the next round. Or the next person up in line as you hear Elwood crack off another shot. Huh. All right, he actually hits this time.
Oh my god.
Good for him.
Good for him, indeed. Oh, max damage. All right, so he just fucking whips off an 8 damage shot
Oh my god.
from his rifle, and he says, there it is. I just had to get back in the swing of things. Next up is Ivy.
I want to fucking kill this severely damaged one.
Go ahead.
How far away are they now?
30 feet-ish. I would say probably 20 feet at this point. 20 feet away from you, 10 feet up off the ground.
I'm gonna switch to my keytar.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna use it as a ranged weapon though.
Okay.
With it's okay. T hard to +6 to attack.
Mhm.
What the fuck is it? It's +6 to attack within range. Oh, ranged use intelligent modifier +3 is what I have down here.
Okay. Oh, yes, because of proficiency and intelligence, yes.
But if I were to shoot lightning out of it, not as a ranged weapon, like I guess I could move. I'll just like fucking do an epic run up to it and just be like, get on my knee and be like, fuck you, and like.
Yeah, you can do that. You can
I'm
do that. I
gonna do
mean,
that.
they are 10 feet off the ground, but yes, I feel like you could do that if you like did a little
Does
hop.
that still mean would that still mean it's ranged?
Well, I mean, you figure you're probably close to like 5.5, 6 feet. So you're
Yeah.
halfway there, and then you've got your arm span, and then the keytar. You can
Yeah.
probably get it.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
whack it easy.
Unless
So
Adam wants to overrule me, because
No,
I
I don't
absolutely
wanna-
do not
no.
make that decision.
No.
With an intelligence
That's just
modifier,
fine.
I can use my constitution.
Yes.
It says +6 to attack here, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Go ahead, run up on it. Slap it.
Okay, yeah, 18.
Nice, you hit.
Can you
Very good.
tell?
I'm gonna do.
I don't think that was at
Oh,
us.
this is an island.
Oh, it was. Never mind.
It looks like an island.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like an island. Yeah. Oh, it looks great, Tara.
Is the green supposed to represent the water?
No, I like it.
Wait, you totally heard me ask that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize my sound was on. I'm sorry. Thank you. Didn't
okay.
mean to interrupt.
You're good. How much damage,
Thank
Charlotte?
you. So it's 1d8 plus 4 with the lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Okay, 6. I do 6 damage.
Well, shit. How do you want to kill this thing?
Nice.
I'll show you everything.
Just
Oh my God.
you see this lightning bolts arcing around through, cracking through the metal plates, causing the voltage inside to ramp up, which causes the rotors to just go absolutely berserk. The thing shoots up in the sky, and it's suspended in the air. And I actually have to roll again. It just explodes violently.
Nice.
You are outside of it, but you are glad you are outside of this explosion. Very good work. It is, yeah, there you go. You see the other two quadcopters sort of like halt firing. They sort of look at each other, and then they're dashing off. Flying as fast as they can to the south.
Can we do attack of opportunity?
Yeah, one passes by you. You certainly can.
Sure. Okay. I do that. What does that
Right.
mean again? I roll with advantage?
You just roll, make an attack roll.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Mhm.
Make an attack roll to hit.
Yes,
I don't hit.
that's fine. Swing and
Okay.
it's like sort of like weaves and bobs as it sort of makes its way away.
Yeah.
They are now 80 feet away from the party,
Okay.
and they don't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon.
So we should probably get out of here,
Yeah. Let's do
like
it.
immediately, because they are either going to come back with reinforcements, or that elf is going to realize that we ruined her life. Those are our options. We
Okay.
should leave quickly.
Meanwhile, the elf is staring up at you, and she grabs you by the shoulders, Cassie. She shakes you, and she's like, I gotta keep going. I need to sell the keyboards. I need to sell the mice. I need to sell. My viewers are waiting.
This
Can I
sounds so
slap her?
gross.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can slap her.
I'm gonna slap her to get her to calm down, hopefully.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I'm gonna put
After
that
you slap her, we need to decide whether or not we're kidnapping her.
That's a 17.
Yeah, that
It's a
hits.
flat
Roll melee damage.
Oh my
What-
god.
What hit die is that?
I think it's.
I mean,
technically it's just it's your strength bonus.
I mean, I have a +1 to strength.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
do 1 damage to
know.
her.
Yeah, okay. Let's go snap out of it and tell us what the hell is going on.
She just stares up at you, and she recoils and recovers. She's like, I was streaming. I'm a streamer.
What are you doing on a remote island?
What do you mean? What do you mean? She looks around, and it looks like she's finally realized where she is. And she just goes absolutely silent. And you can see she's got her hands up to her temples. And she's like, where am I? What? This is where? This was supposed. What happened?
I don't want to say anything because I feel like that's a great place to end it.
It's a pretty good place to end it. All right, yeah, we'll take
It
that.
is.
We take those. We take those. All right. Very good. You have begun to unravel more of the mystery. Very excellent. Great session. Wonderful. Thank you all viewers for joining in with us for tonight. We will be back next week, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, we will see you on the grid. Everyone say bye.
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 Bye.